There's your score from the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit as we get ready for the third period. Team USA with goals from LaFontaine, Slovakian squad. Ivan Halenka sent out his forward line with Pavanka in the middle, Jelinek on the right side, and over on left wing, Richard Zemlichka. Roenick's line, Roenick with Tony Granato and Mike Modano for the U.S. Brian Leach on defense, moving up the boards, got checked. And Czechs can't get to a loose puck in the U.S. end of the ice. Modano trying to get away from Michael Pavanka. Modano to Roenick, took the pass and escaped, neatly up ahead. And at center ice, Granato puts it deep in the Czech end of the ice. Real good. Playing around the boards, it's intercepted. Team USA's Tony Granato just played it out of the reach of Mike Modano. Here's Pavanka. Crisscrossing as he hit the blue line. Jelinek moved in with him, but Team USA comes up with the puck. J.R. Jeremy Roenick. Long pass to the blue line, and Dolchuk blasts one off the glass. Modano peels back and started into forecheck. The U.S. in the middle of a line change. Barry Schlager, the young defenseman, plays it around the boards. Schlager then completed the play with a good hit on Olchuk. Across the line, Zemlichka dropped it back. Quick shot off Richter. It's loose in the far corner. Chelios to the line, but not out. Lucille turns it over. U.S. comes to center. Olchuk cuts to the right side. Trying to get it to his teammate. That didn't work. Now the Czechs with a chance. Jágr up the slot, shoots, he scores!
Things changing on Team USA. Jágr started the play in the center ice area. 19-year-old. There he is as he grabs the puck across. Stick checking again by Team USA. Using the defenseman as a shield. He put it between the legs of Mike Richter. And it's now 3-2 early in the third period. Jágr grabs the puck. Beautiful wrist shot. Using the defenseman. Chris Chelios as a screen. It's now 3-2 early in the third period.
Watching him in practice this morning, I was sitting with Brian Murray, the coach and general manager of the Detroit Red Wings, and he said, you know, a couple of years from now, he's going to be one of the best in the league. He'll be probably this season one of the top 10 in the National Hockey League. And Mario gets a little older. Wayne's not playing anymore, referring to Gretzky. Look for Jágr to be one of the very best. Oh, the folks in Pittsburgh watching on KBL were cheering as he scored, but groaning a little bit because the U.S. now leads only 3-2. U.S. in the dark blue uniforms. Lannon left the puck back of the net, gets to it. He and Kevin Hatcher teamed up on defense as Janney's line. The one with Miller and Hull work as the forward unit. Brett Hull, long slap shot from center ice was wide of the net. Right at the end of the shift, Miller plays it in off the boards. Here's LaFontaine. It's pushed off the puck. The U.S. trying to work it back toward the line. Could not. Then the long shot is turned aside by Hasek as LaFontaine crowded the front of the net. And the Czechs have shot it down the ice. Here's the whistle for icing. Early in this period, the goal by Jágr makes it 3-2.
3-2. They have stopped skating, Jakes. They're starting to stick check again. They did that at the end of the first period and a lot in the second period. They continue here in the third. They've got to get out of it quickly.
LaFontaine takes the draw with Dave Christian on one side, Doug Brown on the other. Team Czechoslovakia, Richard Zemlichka leading the rush. Zemlichka through center ice. Played it up ahead, and Pavanka has shot it wide of Richter. Zemlichka gets shoved off the play. There's Doug Brown cradling it in his skates. And plays the puck toward Jimmy Johnson. Johnson turns on the Czech forward. Zemlichka trying to center one. Dave Christian up with it. Went rink wide for Brian Leach of the New York Rangers. Leach, born in Corpus Christi, Texas, all alone in front and shot wide by Doug Brown. LaFontaine digs the puck out of the corner. Centers for Leach, shifts to the forehand, and is checked before he can dish it off.
Exactly what the United States needs. They need some of their big players to take charge, and Brian Leach is one of them that can do it.
Now the Czechs over the line, 3-on-3. Able to hold the puck in was Thomas Jelinek. Zemlichka gets bumped by Jimmy Johnson. The U.S. trying to come out on the left side with that long pass to Christian. Slipped it up ahead to Roenick. Roenick trying to get through traffic, cannot. Jelinek can't get back inside the U.S. zone. The U.S. Setting up here, Chelios and Suter out on defense. The forward line is Madonna with Ronick and Granado. Suter to Ronick, who shot it in. Mike Madonna plays a heavy hit on the Czech defender. Broke his stick. And his teammate, Tony Granado, can't come up with a loose puck. Yuri Schlager, son of Yuri Bubala. Remember Bubala played for the Vancouver Canucks? This is his youngster out here tonight. 15 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the third period. This is the Labatt Canada Cup. Joe Louis Arena. Team USA 3, Team Czechoslovakia 2. Identical records for these two teams in the 1991 Labatt Canada Cup. A win and a loss. They have not played common opponents, and the puck goes out of play here. The Czechs defeated the Soviet Union before losing 1-0 to Finland. Team USA opened up with a win over the Swedes. Opened up here tonight with a 2-0 lead on goals by LaFontaine and Ronick before Jelinek replied late in the first period. Joel Otto with the only goal of the second period. And Jaromir Jagr, a minute and a half into the third period, cutting Team USA's lead to 1 goal. Team USA has had only 1 shot on goal through the first 4.5 minutes of this third period. The Czechs have had a couple and, of course, scored on 1. A goal by Jagr. Kevin Hatcher slipped it to Joey Mullen. 4 Czechs back. Mullen forced to dump it in. It's recovered here by Lucille. Lucille trying to move it out. Weinrich held it in, playing it around Jagr. Jagr frees it up. Gets it in return. Twists and turns to get away from the checking of Volchek. Otto on him here. And Beranek plays it to the left side. Brzezinski across the line. Trying to move in on Hatcher's side of the ice. Brzezinski, nice little pass. Beranek got chased to the corner and dragged down. Jagr with it here. U.S. doing what they'd hoped to do. Forced them to the outside. And they come up with the puck. Joel Otto knocked away and recovered by the Czechs. Brzezinski centers. Weinrich broke up the pass. Brzezinski laid the lumber across Otto, and there's a penalty call coming against the Czech team. Team USA will go to the power play. Bad time to take a penalty for the Czechs. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
A slashing penalty. Tried to chop the legs off of Joel Otto. Didn't try to hide it either.
No.
Right out wide open. The referee has had his attention in that direction. That's where the puck was.
Second power play of the game for Team USA. They set up with Leach and Chelios on the points. Here's Chelios with a drive. Blocked. The rebound by Hull. And it just went off the goaltender, Hasek. Chelios feeds Leach. Bounces off his stick. Ends up on the near boards. Brett Hull had it. Lost it. Now Leach gets to it. Through traffic onto Hull's stick. Centers it across. Big drive to score. Madonna!
Number 7, the defenseman for Team Czechoslovakia. A poor job of clearing the puck. Madonna whacks it in. There's Hull with his play to the front of the net. Madonna walks in, and with a lot of time and a little net, he blisters a hard shot. Team USA, their 4th goal. There's Hull's backhand shot. There's a ripping hard shot by Mike Madonna, and it's 4-2.
Madonna has scored 28 goals for the Minnesota North Stars last season. It's the power play goal at the 5:50 mark of this third period. Little breathing room for Team USA. We said at the outset that this is a big game for both countries. The hopes of going to the playoffs after they round robin, after they've played all the other 5 teams. The top 4 teams meet. First game is a sudden death semifinal. The 2 winners to go to a best-of-3 final round for the Canada Cup 1991. Kevin Miller clearing the puck out of the U.S. zone. Jelinek recovers at center ice. His pass on and off the stick of Shamlichka. Shamlichka with it again. Trying to get around the check of Jani. Does as he turned neatly and then fed Jagr. Jagr and Suter in front of him. Jani slips it up ahead. Here's Miller across the line. Brett Hull goes after it now, but Lucille is there. Czechs trying to come up right wing. Jagr, long pass. Shamlichka over on the left side. Baranek drifting in front of the net, couldn't get the puck to him. Hatcher frees it up, then it's stolen, and Yager puts it off the pads of Richter. Loose in front, Sandlichka is checked. There's a drive by Slager that just missed, comes bouncing off the side of the net. And back comes Team USA. Kevin Miller down the left side. Played it in around the defense. Chasing it down is Frank Lucille. Lucille from the Calgary Flames to Jaromir Jagr of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Jagr plays it around the boards. The Czechs go for a player change as Richter tries to play it to the boards. Did, but Christian is well covered, and here's Jagr with it now. Wolanin takes him to the boards and holds him there. The puck loose. Christian trying to fish it out of some skates. That didn't work. Jagr put one out in front. Didn't have any help open. Back with it is Doug Brown. LaFontaine with him on the left side. Took the pass, then gets checked. Shot in off the boards by Christian. The U.S. has to regain the blue line to get the play back on side, and they do safely. Czech starting out of the zone, led by Ruzinski. Falling at center ice. Christian is over the line. Had LaFontaine with him. Couldn't get the puck to him. That was Robert Cron. His first shift of this third period, I believe. Czechs unable to go anywhere. Now they dump the puck in off Botch's stick. Weinrich for the exchange with Richter. Eric Weinrich to Dave Christian. His long outlet went off Botcha. Czechs back into the U.S. zone once more. Weinrich takes the man. Renato went looking for a loose puck and was met immediately as Seeger was on him. Trying to center it from back of the net. Here's Jimmy Johnson for the U.S.
Get the feeling, Jakes, that the Czech team are trying to open the game up. U.S. isn't letting them happen, and here's another penalty to the Czechs.
Jimmy Johnson dragged down as he danced across the blue line. This will be the third power play opportunity of the game for Team USA. They've been successful on the two previous. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
Penalty. Jim Johnson with a nice move. Look at, he splits the defense. He's in. He's going for the net. Hooked up from behind by Bucca. So Team USA getting things their own way now.
Brett Hull tees one up. Rattled around in front on a deflection, and it's dug loose. Hull with it. Slipped it into the slot, and the Czechs are able to clear it down the ice. Brett Hull, Mike Modano, and Jeremy Roenick, the forwards for Team USA, with Leach and Chelios on defense. Here's Chris Chelios. Modano drifts in. Roenick to the front of the net as he came back to Leach. Round one check and then couldn't get totally around Gudas. And Team Czechoslovakia comes away as Baranek dumps it in. 35 seconds. It's ticked off in the penalty against the Czech defenseman. Modano on his off wing crashes into Schlager at the blue line, and Lucille shoots the puck over the glass.
Mike Modano with his head up saw Slager coming. Slager was lining him up. Get a look at number 4, Frank Musial, mentioned originally a Minnesota North Star, 5-year NHL veteran. He's traded to Calgary. There's Mike Modano. Boy, can he dance. You know, he's a better skater than I thought. Of course, with the way the scheduling is, we don't get to see Mike Modano and his Minnesota North Stars play that often. But Livonia, Michigan native. He was a first overall in '88, and he was only the second American ever drafted first overall. The first, of course, Brian Lawton back in 1983.
Modano just 21 years of age now. What a talent. Joel Otto lines up in the face-off. Team USA with the man advantage. Puck comes back toward the blue line. Kevin Hatcher. Gary Suter sets up Olchuk, and he couldn't get a shot off. Schlager and Musial ends up putting the puck out of play again. 1 minute, 1 second left in Botch's penalty. Team USA leading by a score of 4-2.
There's Ivan Halinka. Better look at him there. Good-looking coach of the Czech team. A fine skater in his day, a great playmaker. As we talked about the numbers he put up, he still got the same skates that he used the last time he played in the NHL back in 1983.
Feeling some pressure here, though, Ed. 10 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game. His team down 4-2. They outshot Finland the other day 36-19 and lost the game 1-0. The Soviets outshot the Czechs 39-24. Yet the Czechs win that one 5-2. You figure it out.
He's trying to take, which has been a very dull Czech team over the last few years, the international team, and make it into something exciting again. Remember Milan Novi?
Oh, yeah. Now here's Yager. Can't pull the puck around Suter. Evan Hatcher works it up ahead. This is Joel Otto coming in off the left side. Otto trying to turn on Schlager. The puck ends up all the way back in the U.S. end of the ice. 25 seconds left in this U.S. power play. 2 for 2, working on the third opportunity. Offside pass across those two lines.
Gary Suter, a playmaker, deluxe of the Calgary Flames. As I mentioned before, the Madison, Wisconsin native. Played for Bob Johnson back at the University of Wisconsin.
He told me last Friday morning after Bob Johnson had undergone surgery that if he had his way, he would just pack his bags and go home. He was devastated, as we all were with the news almost a week ago. Bob Johnson had been found to have a brain tumor. Surgery took place a week ago tonight. And if you missed the report earlier, the Badger had a couple of sessions of therapy today. One physiotherapy and the other speech therapy. And his team leads tonight by a score of 4-2. In the capable hands of Tim Taylor. The teams are at 6 aside again. Weinrich flipped one in from the blue line. The Czechs come up 3-on-2, but can't get through center ice cleanly. Now they're into the U.S. zone and can't split the defense. Good job by Wolanin and Weinrich as they knock Seeger down. Here's Weinrich once more. Shot it in wide. Hasek will play it around the boards. The U.S. pinched in but couldn't trap the puck. And Seeger leaves it for his defenseman. Kuchera at the line. Shot it wide of Richter. Taken by Brett Hull. Hull, cross ice pass but behind his teammates. The Czechs get to it. Pavanka trying to center one. That's tipped outside the line. Gudas to the left side and it's shot in by Bacha. And play called, the delayed offside. U.S. leads 4-2. This is the 1991 Labatt Canada Cup. Here 2.
Speaking moments ago of Milan Novi. He leads all current Czech players in international competition. Actually, in Canada Cup competition, I should specify. He has 11 points in 13 games. From 76 to 87 Canada Cups. You know that Mark Johnson is the leading scorer for the U.S.?
Yeah, lots of research there. Here's Kevin Miller. The puck goes off him and play called.
Take it one step further. Coaches in this game tonight. In games against each other. Czechoslovakia against Team USA. Mike Eaves, assistant coach of Team USA, leads in the games, the 4 games that they played against each other over the Canada Cups. There he is with the mustache and his headset on. The dapper, always dapper Mike Eaves. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists, 4 points, 4 games. And Ivan Halinka. There he is, the coach of Team Czechoslovakia. Leads the Czech team in games against Team USA.
Another member of the U.S. coaching staff on the bench tonight is Jay Leach. Jay had been an assistant with the Hartford Whalers. He'll go to their American Hockey League team in Springfield as the head coach. His first head coaching job this coming season. Mike Eaves, by the way, coaches the Philadelphia Flyers American Hockey League team in Hershey, Pennsylvania. The Czechs move in here with an opportunity set up and a bad pass. And back comes Mike Modano. Modano's goal has given the U.S. a 4-2 lead. And then only 5 shots on goal registered in this period. 3 by the U.S., 2 by the Czechs. Czechoslovakia trying to get something set up here inside that U.S. zone, and it doesn't work. Zemlichka handling the puck, fires one from the point, high and wide. Modano handles it now.
The Czech team, Jigs, I suppose you would have to admit that in the average age they're much younger than Team USA, and yet it appears that the Czechs are running out of steam. They've had a much shorter bench. Although a pretty good shot there from close in. Too many men on the ice, I would think. Seems to be a lot of bodies. No, it's a roughing penalty called.
Yeah, another penalty indicated by referee Bill McCreary. This is the 91 Labatt Canada Cup.
No, not to their captain, Joel Otto. Jeremy Roenick is in the box. A roughing penalty. So any chance that Team Czechoslovakia has has to come off a power play where they have been unsuccessful in the game so far.
Yeah, they just haven't mounted much of an attack. Yager out with Brzezinski. And Zamlichka, and the puck frozen on the boards. It was in Chelio's skates. I mentioned the age factor. Team USA averages 26 years, and the Czechs average 23.4 years. Their lineups tonight.